Okay, so today is Monday, February 18th. Today was um, treatment number 6 of radiation. Normally, I would have had chemotherapy today, but they were closed for the holiday. So they moved the chemotherapy to Tuesday, which kind of sucks. Um, but it is as it is. And instead of moving back to Monday next week, they just kept me at Tuesday. So I get radiation on Monday, then Tuesday I get chemo and radiation, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I get radiation. Um, Last Friday, I believe I told you guys that I had like a little cramp in my pancreas area. I think that might have been like trapped gas. But I have felt a dull ache in this area, and today is no different. I have a dull ache. Um, I'm not sure why, but I had a lot of gas today, and I had some chest pain, so I'm kind of thinking that it might have been trapped gas in my chest. But I went for my walk, and that usually gets things moving out, you know. So I passed a lot of gas on my walk. Um, Nothing like feeling like a walking fart bag, I'm telling you. Um, I also met with my doctor, my radiologist, Dr. Lothar. Um, he asked me a bunch of questions, how I'm feeling, checked in with me about the pains that I was having in my back, and asked me if I talked to my oncologist about it, which I did. He prescribed me Narcos, um, hydrocodone, the 5 milligram and 325 milligrams of acetaminophen. I didn't get the 10s, I got the 5. So I'm hoping this helps um, with the pain, the lower back pain that goes through my butt cheeks down into my legs and calves. I'm hoping it'll help, although I don't want to take that a lot. Excuse me, it says take 1 to 2 tablets by mouth every 6 hours. I don't want this beating up my liver, so I may just resort to trying, you know, trying to medicate with my edibles. So if I gotta get high to get through the next 2 weeks to deal with the pain, that's just what I'm gonna do. Because I want I don't want to cause any more problems with my liver, and I'm sure my oncologist wouldn't prescribe me something that's going to, be detrimental to my liver, but I'm just trying to be cautious. Um, I don't take pain pills often, which I'm sure you've heard me say before, so maybe having the one pain pill will suffice. It will help. And for the most part, I'm thinking I'll mostly be taking pain relief at night so that I could sleep. During the day, I'll probably try to tough it out as much as I can. Hopefully, the pain doesn't increase either, because that would really suck. I haven't had any of that back pain. I don't believe I had any yesterday, and I didn't have any today. Um, but I'm getting chemo tomorrow, so I can't wait till this shit's over with, honestly. Um, so yeah, that's what's going on. Um, Tomorrow at 9 a.m., I go for my chemo, which is, I'll probably be there until 10, I think. Um, 10 or 10:30. I'm hoping it's just 10. I'm going to take a Zofran before I leave, and I know they're going to give me a Zofran when I get there. Um, I'm not trying to feel like, I'm not trying to throw up. And I'm not trying to feel like I'm, nauseated all the time. I get nauseated in between right now. And I haven't started adding the promethazine. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm yawning. Yeah, I haven't added the promethazine yet. I'm kind of just trying to be moderate about the pills that I'm throwing into myself. I'm already taking a bunch of supplements and whatever. I just want this tumor to shrink. I hope it has already. I hate having to wait a few weeks to find out, though. That kind of sucks. But it always kind of makes me freak out thinking, I'm not going to have chemo or radiation for the 2 or 3 weeks in between before I get my CT scan. And it's like, is the cancer going to try to spread? There's always those worries that like sit right here behind my bun on my brain. And I try to push them aside. I try really hard to push them aside, but they creep back in. But from what I've experienced with the FOLFIRINOX protocol, that stuff does stay in your system for a while after. So hopefully, hopefully it'll continue to beat it up while I'm waiting. One day at a time, right? That's what I gotta do. One day at a time. If the hair looks a little different, it's because I flat ironed it before I put everything back into the bun. So it's less everywhere. You never know what kind of facial expressions you make until you make a YouTube video. And it's like, oh, what did my face just do? I've always been an animated person, I think. I've always played with my kids like that, and they're kind of goofy like me. So anyway, I like skip to my own loo sometimes. Like, that's not on topic. The weather was really nice today. The weather was nice and sunny. It was chilly, and when I went for a walk, it was pretty cold. Ooh, I gotta remember, I just put my mask into wash with a bunch of other things. I gotta make a mental note to take it out and put it in the dryer so I have it for tomorrow. I don't know why I am yawning this much. Oh my lord, this is like the most I've yawned all day. So, Norcos. And I usually get my crayon in these. Okay. It's not there. And small, like, square jars, right? Look at this massive bottle. And I got 2 of these. I got 2. These are my digestive enzymes. These actually help me retain the nutrients in all the foods that I eat. So there's that. I was just moving my peppermint essential oil closer to me, so when I need to kind of chill, I do smell the peppermint essential oil and it makes me happy. I'm just thinking about if these pains start up and I have to like dose myself. I do not like being high. I don't. I feel like my intelligence is extremely diminished. And I kind of sit around like a drooling Homer, which, my daughter kind of laughs at me about it because mom's all mental. But if it helps me get through it, then that's what I'm going to have to do. Right? Latest find. Freeze-dried fruits. Oh my goodness, they're so good. And I know I'm supposed to avoid sugars, but this is a natural sugar, so I don't think this is any kind of issue. And it's fruit, and it's freeze-dried. I can't have the fruit that is like sulfur processed, like dried apricots. I can't have that because it makes me vomit. Or it did with the last chemotherapy protocol, but I'm not about to try it with this one. That was not happiness. You know, I kind of wonder, and I think I might ask the radiation tech tomorrow, if he's experienced anybody who has gone through their whole cycle of radiation and hasn't been like beat up or complaining or slowed down. You know what I mean? I want to know if there are people out there who have just blazed through radiation and they're like, I'm good. Because if they do exist, then I really want to try to be one of them. And I keep looking back here because my hairs are all like, yikes. Trying to escape. These are trying to curl like that. There's like one little curl right there. My hair is so damn curly. Oh, and from what I understand, after the Whipple surgery, after you come out of that, your hair actually gets curly. I'm gonna look like a tumbleweed. I have naturally curly hair, and a lot of people have said that their hair texture went curly after their Whipple. I don't need any more help in the curl department. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna look like. Oh, my hair is thinning. Let me see. Let me use this light here. Oh, too much, too much, too much. Okay. See all that? It's all thinning. It's all that. I have this brushed this way so that it covers like the thinning parts, but I didn't do such a great job of trying to camouflage. Because, I mean, fuck it. I'm going through chemo. My hair may fall out. It's thinning. So, but yeah. Another thing too, from what I understand about Gemzar / gemcitabine, it takes about 16 days and your hair falls out. For some, not for everybody, but for some. So I'm like, okay, so it'll be like right after my final chemotherapy dose, and my hair will be like, pew, see ya, I'm out of here, we're out of here. So I have the electric shaver on standby in case it starts coming out, because I'm just going to take it off. I'm not going to go through watching my hair fall out in clumps. I don't want to. I don't know if I'll cry. I don't know if I'll cry. If I was running my haunt, I think it would be really, really easier to deal with, because then I'd be just doing FX makeups on myself often, and that'll be like a plus, because a lot of women would love to do characters that are bald-headed, but nobody wants to shave their hair off, you know what I mean? And we have bald caps, but sometimes if you don't have any assistance, you can get lumps under your bald cap, and depending on the texture and thickness of your hair, you can end up with lumpy bumpies. And so I don't know, maybe that's something that I can turn into a positive. I can turn that negative into a positive and say, okay, well, when my hair does fall out, if it falls out, then that's when I need to start creating characters for my haunt that I hope to eventually reopen. The more I read about pancreatic cancer, the less of a death sentence it seems to be. A lot of people have been surviving, lots going the nature pathway and going that way with Rick Simpson oil and cell stop and high potency vitamin C IVs, um, hyperbaric chambers, lots of different um, homeopathic ways of staving off the cancer or even sending it into remission. And then there's others who are just on chemo. They have regular infusions, lower doses, just, they some are not able to get surgery, so their only option is chemo. And if they find a protocol that works, then they use that protocol until it stops working, and then they look for something different. Now, I wouldn't want to be on chemotherapy for the rest of my life. It's just not something I would want to do. But if it's something that's going to prolong or, allow me to stay alive, then, I'm going to do whatever I can to be with my kids for as long as I can. But I most likely would try the nature pathway first. Just because I've already had enough of chemo, And I can't even complain. There's other people out there who have had so many more doses than I have, and they're still doing it. And I feel like I have no right to complain, when seeing other people's journeys. And I give them so much props, honestly. I think that's it for today. I just had, like I said, the radiation. Chemo tomorrow. I'll be down 2. And I need to start thinking that way. I honestly have not filled in my planner. Today for dinner, I had stir fry with wild caught bay scallops in it. I had pardon me, I had asparagus, bean sprouts, green bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, freshly sliced garlic, and olive oil. And I sauteed all of that, and then I used liquid aminos because I can't use soy sauce. And it tastes just like soy sauce. It was really good. So if you're hesitant about trying liquid aminos, don't be. It's delicious. So I had that, and then yesterday I actually made homemade chili without meat. And I think I'm going to make another batch of that tomorrow and use some ground turkey. I have organic ground turkey that I can add in there for some protein. But I just use kidney beans and pinto beans and black beans. And I chopped up some bell pepper, and I chopped up tomato and garlic, and I have this mixture of spice that I have put together and I've been using for years. I mean, just years, since I got my own, since I went out on my own and had my own place. But I use predominantly a bunch of cumin, and onion powder, garlic powder, and oregano. And it's the dried oregano, the leaf, not the one that's ground down, but actually the leaf. And I mix those all together. I don't put any salt in it because I have high blood pressure that's really, really managed right now. It's managing really well. And I'm on lisinopril. But I don't use any salt in that, and I use that to season, whatever I'm cooking, especially if I want it to kind of have a Mexican flavor to it. The one thing I didn't add to the chili the last time was, the pre-made pico de gallo. I actually cut up onion and bell pepper and tomato and threw that inside the pot. And then I added a whole bunch of fresh cilantro towards the end because I really like the flavor of cilantro. But it was really good. And I thought one of my kids was not going to like it, and they actually tore it up. I mean, beat up the pot. So I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. I'm probably going to make a turkey meatloaf and then like turkey chili, so that I'll have, leftovers, and I won't have to cook again. I won't have to cook twice tomorrow. I'll just do them both at the same time. The other day I was so mad at myself. I put a cauliflower pizza in the oven and then forgot about it. That thing was crispy. And I love cauliflower pizza. It's so good. And I feel normal being able to eat like cauliflower pizza. So I'll stop crying about that now. What else? I think that's it. So tomorrow, chemo. Right after chemo, I go directly to radiation. Okay, that was strange. It was like a light that was on the ceiling, and I don't know where that came from. Maybe it was, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know if I'm going to vlog right after, or if I'm going to come home, eat something, and take a nap, or what I'm going to do. Depends on how I'm feeling. I'm guessing though that after I get the chemo and the radiation, I'll probably want to go for a walk, just to hopefully allow me to feel a little closer to normal. Usually when I walk, I feel better. So that might happen. Either way, I will give you guys an update. I'm really trying to update you often. I know with a lot of these cancer channels, people's lives get busy, and I, just like I complained in my last ranting video, cancer eats your life. So I could totally understand how some people, like disappear, because you're kind of like locked down forever, and when you finally get some good news, you're like, hey, I'm out of here. But then it kind of leaves the rest of us wondering, okay, and I hate this thought, honestly, but it's like, are they still alive? I wish at times they could just come back and be like, I'm here living my best life. You can beat this too. Just for that extra push. And I don't want to do that on my channel. I don't want to just up and disappear and have everybody wondering, okay, well, she was doing all this naturopath stuff, and she was doing traditional, Western medication, and where is she? So I think even after I have the Whipple, I will most likely still continue to update this. It said that, and I'm sure I mentioned this before, the recurrence rate after Whipple for cancer, for pancreatic cancer, is 70 to 80%. That's a really high percentage rate. So I have that in here, so that if it does come back, I'm not going to be devastated. I would rather someone give me the hard facts and be able to mentally prepare and have a game plan set, than to think, oh yay, I got a Whipple, it's all gone, it's never going to come back again, and then have it pop back up and just derail me. So I'm looking into other things, and for instance, Cell Stop. After the Whipple, I'm going to start taking that. My naturopath wants me to start taking mistletoe injections, and I want to. I just can't right now. My oncologist doesn't want me taking any type of new injection while I'm doing the chemo and radiation. So I'm honoring his request then. But mistletoe has had a lot of positive reviews. So I think that'll be beneficial for me. So if I have to start it after I get the Whipple or before I get the Whipple, um, then I am. I have a phone appointment with my naturopath on the 20th, so it's day after tomorrow. And it's around the same time as I get radiation, so I hope I'm able to talk to her. It might be a quick. I should probably email her and let her know that they scheduled my radiation at the time she was going to call. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm definitely going to email her. Maybe we could push it an hour later or even an hour before. Whatever works with her schedule, obviously. But whatever I talk to her about, I will let you all know. I haven't made the bone broth yet. And I have the grass-fed, beef bones in the freezer. I need to make it. I do have other bone broth, though, like protein bone broth, pre-packaged things that you just add to either your juice or your almond milk or whatever. I do have those. Oh my god. I have been adding turmeric to a lot of my foods. My son, when he was making me smoothies, would add turmeric to everything. I mean, everything. I was surprised I didn't turn orange. I think tomorrow I'm going to, make a celery juice. I'm going to juice with celery because there's like a big buzz about that going on right now. But that's it. That's it for now. Yeah. Not feeling like shit today. Feeling a little achy. Yes. Nothing I can't handle. Tomorrow, stuck in the chest again. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I need to stop bitching. Because this stuff is going to work. And when it works, then I'm going to be so thankful. So, I'm going to close this video. And thank you for watching. And thank you for liking. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for the direct messages. I get more direct messages than I do comments these days. But I hope that's because I am providing enough information for everybody. So yeah. I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully. If I'm feeling like absolute duty shit, probably not. Although I may do a short video with my phone, just to give you an update. I don't know. I promise I will try. And if it's not tomorrow, it'll definitely be the day after. So I'll see you guys and have a good evening. Bye.